Statement.
We didn't vote.
Hmm?
You called for a motion and approved, but you didn't vote.
Oh.
Yeah, we have, yeah, okay.
I'm sorry.
Peak, yes. Creech, absent. Rayford,
Yes.
okay. Wilson,
Yes.
Lemo,
Yes.
Williams, okay,
Now we will go into the formal statement.
okay.
The Zoning Board of Appeals is an administrative body established by the Michigan Zoning Enabling Act and the codified ordinances of the city of Eastpointe. The function of the ZBA is to act as an appeals board upon questions arising under the city's zoning ordinance. The board may not alter or change any zoning district classification of any property, nor make any change in the terms of the zoning code. Those functions are for the city council. The ZBA is not a legislative body. The ZBA acts on those matters where the zoning code provides for an administrative review, interpretation, exception, or special approval permit, and may authorize a variance. Most ZBA matters concern requests for variances. The ZBA considers only non-use variances, and non-use variance is often called the dimensional variance, and usually deals with setback, height, or land area requirements. Where there are practical difficulties preventing a property owner from conforming to the strict letter of the ordinance, the ZBA has the power to grant non-use or dimensional variances. To obtain a non-use or dimensional variance, the applicant must demonstrate a practical difficulty and show by competent, material, and substantial evidence that A, strict compliance with area setbacks, frontage, height, bulk, or density would unreasonably prevent the owner from using the property for a permitted purpose, or would render conformity unnecessarily burdensome, B, a variance would do substantial justice to the applicant as well as to other property owners in the district, and that a lesser relaxation would not give substantial relief and be more consistent with justice to others. C, the plight of the owner is due to the unique circumstances of the property. D, the problem is not self-created. To grant a non-use or dimensional variance will require a concurring vote in the affirmative of a majority of the members of the board. That means 4 affirmative votes. The decision of the ZBA are final. Any petitioner aggrieved by a decision of the board must appeal to the Macomb County Circuit Court. The city council has no authority to hear appeals from the ZBA. Ma'am, are you here to? Is she? Okay.
We don't have any.
If you don't bite, you can come and sit next to me.
Is that Naylor? Is that Naylor?
Huh?
Is that Naylor? Oh, okay, so she is here, okay.
How are you today?
I'm very well, thank you.
Let me introduce you to the members. Mr. Cliff Wilson, Shirley Peak, Mike Lemo, Mary Radford, Mrs. Williams. First name? Florence? Florence.
Pleasure to meet you all. Kimley Naylor.
Kimley Naylor, okay. Okay. Unfinished business. Let's see, I need that.
Which one?
Oh, no, yeah, she's
Oh,
here. I can-
this one.
Unfinished business. Now, when you're called up, please come up to the board, sign in, and then state your statement. Spencer B. Campbell seeks to vary from the provisions of the codified ordinances of the city of Eastpointe. Oh, wait, no, this is not it. Yes. I'm sorry. To vary from the provisions of the codified ordinances of the city of Eastpointe. Section 50-253, 1. No such structure may be enlarged or altered in a way that would increase its nonconformity. Section 50-70B states that the required minimum side yard setback shall be 4 feet, with the total for both side yards, the setback shall be 13 feet. Mr. Campbell requests to expand the attached garage, continuing a nonconformity structure with a 5-foot side yard setback on the expansion side and on the other side of the yard of 4 feet for a total setback of 9 feet at 24305 Warrington Center, Vanity Subdivision, south 26 feet of lot 63 and north 40 feet of lot 64. Mr. Campbell, we apologize for your long wait, but today we have a 6-member quorum. So if you get 4 votes, you're in. If you would state, well, yeah, go ahead.
Signing first.
I need, Before you talk, Mr. Campbell, you can stay right there. I'm surprised because I've never gotten a notice like this. This sounds like a home improvement that should be allowed. Signed, Ms. Barbara Koss. That's one of your neighbors. That's the only one we've heard from. Okay, now, go ahead, Matt, sir.
Hello, my name is Spencer Campbell again. It's simple, and I promise not to take up your time. I am seeking this improvement to, as has been read, to extend my garage property. It would significantly increase my storage space for my property. I do have a shed back there, but the garage would add 3 times the space that is needed for my equipment as far as yards and stuff like that. I have a 1-car garage, which only allows my truck in. So I need my space for my yard equipment, my snow equipment, and like I said, it would add 3 times the space for my storage in my garage. It's really simple. I believe it's about 19 feet that I'm adding and about 14 feet in dimension. I can't quite remember the numbers, but I'd love to have this work done with your help.
Okay. Is there anybody that has any comments on this? Okay. Any questions from the board? Any questions from the board?
I don't,
No questions? Do I have a motion? Anybody would like to make a motion?
I will make a motion to pass it.
Your reasons for the motion?
I think it's valid that he does need that space with his equipment and everything, and I don't think it's going to hinder the property in any way as to look bad.
So, Mr. Chairman, that's the basis for the hardship then?
Pardon?
That's the basis for the hardship?
Yes, that's the
Yes.
basis for
Mhm,
that.
yeah.
Yeah, just as long as the records.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
Do I have a second?
I second it.
Okay, we have a second. Roll call?
Okay. Peak? Yes. Williams?
Yes.
Okay. Rayford?
No.
No? Oh, what, pardon?
No.
No.
No, okay, no. Okay, Wilson?
No.
Okay. Lamo?
Yes.
Naylor?
I say yes.
Yes, okay, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 yeses, it passed.
Mr. Campbell, once you can get into the office, I'm not sure when that is, get with Shirley and make sure that you have all the necessary paperwork to start. All right? Thank you, sir. And again, I apologize for your fun. All right, sir. And you can go if you want to. New business. Timothy Muller, Curb Appeals Concept, St. Peter's Lutheran Church seeks to vary from the provisions of the codified ordinances of the City of Eastpointe, Section 50-193, changeable message sign 1, requesting to be allowed 57% for the electric message center in lieu of the 25%, and Section 50-4, 1, requesting to be allowed 2 signs instead of 1 sign. The property is further identified by parcel number 02-14-30-453-028 with a legal description assessor's plat number 13 L22 P16, all of lot 176, 177, and 178, also lot 179, executive exclusively, well, I don't know what that is. Well, anyway, 1 foot adjustment to north property line 183, A district, a distance of 69.35 feet. Also Lipscomb subdivision L3 P103, lot 13. Also Clark subdivision L10 P74, lot 27. Mr. Mueller? Oh, okay, go ahead, sir.
Good evening, Board. My name is Timothy Muller. My company is Curb Appeal Concepts out of Shelby Township, Michigan. I'm here tonight on behalf of St. Peter's Church, right next door to the south. What they're requesting is they want to replace their existing sign. It's kind of a unique situation because they want to keep the base of the sign, the brick part, and replace the ID panel and add an LED digital board. So what they're asking for is to remove what's there, leaving the brick portion and using that as the main structure for the new sign, which would have a LED board that exceeds your recommended allowance here in Eastpointe, and then a new ID panel so the sign's more updated and current. I know that sign's been there for many of years, and they're looking to update it to be allowed to put more information on it so the public can see it and use it more effectively than it's being used currently.
Okay. Any questions from the board?
So you're replacing north and south
Yes,
sides?
with the-
So it's 2 new signs.
correct. With the unique configuration of the base, that's the only way, in order to do it would be to replace both sides.
And they'll be electric, as compared to the changeable.
Correct. We're looking to
Old-fashioned.
put an LED electronic message center board in, so to be controlled within, so that we'll no longer have to change letters and stuff, and won't be an eyesore with lamps and stuff going out all the time and such.
Okay, any other questions? Shirley? Anybody have any questions?
I did. With regards to the type of LED signage,
Yes, ma'am.
is this going to be a fluctuating sign where it's blinking or anything? Is this just going to be, I'm trying to understand how that's going to work.
Let me just reference here 1 second.
If I may interject, it's against our ordinance to flash scroll. I want to say it's 10 seconds change, or maybe 30 seconds, I'm sorry, my memory, but it cannot be scrolling, oscillating.
Okay, that's
That would be a
that's basically
violation
the
of our
question I
ordinance
wanted
and
to
would
know.
not be allowed.
Okay.
That's correct. We would follow with the ordinance that's in place, and I would instruct the church on when programming it, that here's the city code and the ordinance that they need to follow.
And how
Also, I'd
tall?
like to clarify with the board about the two signs, one sign. We've always had a policy when you're on Gratiot and Kelly, that when you have those angle, we consider that one side. We were having debate, okay, is the portrait of Jesus considered a sign or not? So we threw that on there saying if you consider that a second sign or not. So that's why the one sign versus two signs. To us, we didn't think of it as that, but we thought, since they're going for a variance, we'll include that in case that was a part of discussion or concern with the board.
And it's going to be how much taller than the existing sign?
This sign here is 8 feet off grade, the one that I'm proposing. The existing sign's actually taller than that. It's going to be, looking for my measurement. It's actually same height, 8 feet, I'm sorry.
Same height?
Be the same
It'd be
height?
the same height at the tallest point of the sign that's there.
Yes.
Jesus.
Go ahead, Florence.
It's going to be the same as the Jesus in the middle, or?
Yes,
Yeah.
the structure is going to stay the same, the brick there with the Jesus on the face parallel to Gratiot. What we're going to remove and replace would be the sides that have the changeable letters and then the box above it. So the two end pieces on the 45-degree angles, those would be replaced. We're going to leave the portion with the picture of Jesus on the front.
Okay, so that's considered as 3, right? Because it's two sides, you're not using Jesus as a sign, right?
Correct. Well, as it was explained, the two angled pieces would be considered one sign along Gratiot, and then the picture of the Jesus would be considered the second sign. So we're replacing one sign, and that was per Sherry and with discussions with her.
Yes, it's just been our policy, that the 45-degree angle, we just consider that one side because of the angles of our roads. We consider that like a back-to-back sign. So we consider that one side, the 45-degree, but like I said, we consider Jesus in case that was a concern here, if you want to grant that variance. Like I said, our opinion was it wasn't, but we thought we better add it on to the motion in case that was a concern with the board.
Answer your questions, Florence? You all set? Are there any other questions? Bob or Mr. Mueller, why don't you have a seat? You've got a couple of, 2 or 3 gentlemen here. Does anybody wish to come up and speak on it? Go ahead, sir. And just sign in and then state your name and your comments.
Good evening. My name is Joe Solomon. I own some property across the street on Gratiot since 1985. We got 3 letters, one for property owner, one for Solomon Dental Laboratory. That was 1985 we were here. And the 3rd letter we got was for the UPS store, and that was 1992 that we were here. So I've been here for a while. In fact, I was thinking the other day, the only other people that have been around any businesses that is the bike shop, and the judge. Those are the only 2 people who've been here longer than I, except for the church. And I enjoyed seeing Jesus every morning when I come in. And I've been on the DDA board since the 90s, whenever it was.
Right.
So I'm all in support of the sign. I see really I have no objection to it. In fact, I think it's pretty nice to have it there. So I just want to voice my opinion. I guess I get three opinions on it, so
Thank you, Joe.
thank you.
Is there anybody else that would like to make any statement? Anybody else? Any more questions or anything? Do I have a motion?
Given this body's precedence in allowing churches and businesses to update their signs despite the ordinance, I make motion that we approve the sign upgrade for St. Peter Church.
Okay, do I have a second?
Second.
Florence?
And Mr. Chairman, again, what were the reasons for?
Yes.
What was the hardship?
That they be allowed to upgrade to a more modern sign.
Okay,
Sorry, I didn't make that clear.
quite all right.
Okay, Cliff.
Can I, point of clarification, we had that situation on Kelly. Is that the same
Same
logic?
deal.
And
Okay,
UMC and the Nike store down on 8 Mile.
okay.
Yeah.
Just wanted to be clear.
Okay,
Roll. Wilson,
Yes.
Rayford,
Yes, I didn't second that, but Ms.
Florence
Williams
did.
did.
Peak, yes. Let's see, Lemo,
yes.
okay. Williams, Naylor,
Yes.
okay, passed.
Gentlemen, you're
Okay.
approved. Thank everybody for showing up. Get with Sherry in her office and that, and you're good to go. You're welcome. You guys do a good job over there. I'm the,
Mr. Lloyd, our family has been a member of St. Peter's now for 98 years.
wow,
We've been along a long time.
wow.
We've been blessed, and we thank you very much, and your decision is very much appreciated.
Well, being the administrator from one of the older churches, Assumption Grotto, congratulations.
Thank you very much, we appreciate it.
Have a nice day, you guys.
Thank you.
Mr. Solomon, nice seeing you again.
I thought I recognized him.
Okay, do I have okay. Okay. Well, I need this again. Okay. Board member comments. Anybody? Cliff, any comments?
Just happy I was outvoted with Mr. Campbell. I felt bad for him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We understand that. Shirley, anything?
Yes, I have a comment that I would like to be put on record and be in the print of our packet the next time. I'm wondering why council had a meeting Tuesday night and they weren't in here, yet the decision was made for us to be in here tonight. I think we need an answer on that, just to clarify things. Doesn't seem fair, does it? Yeah, and I mean, because some people, it was hard for them to get here tonight considering what's going on. Yet the council wasn't here Tuesday night, and they could have been if we're here tonight. So I would like that in the record, on print, on the next packet, and I think we deserve an answer. Thank you, dear.
No
Ms. Taylor?
comment tonight.
No comment?
My apologies for the tardiness. I had
That's
another meeting
okay.
that ran over.
Next time you buy donuts.
I bring donuts.
Mary?
I did have a comment. I'm not sure if this is the right place to make it. But for the record, if standards or rules are going to be made, everyone should be held accountable to the same standard. And so I'm in total agreement with Shirley about this. And personally, as much as I like doing what I'm doing, if there's a spike in the cases with COVID, chances are I will not be back because I have respiratory issues and I'm not willing to sacrifice my life to do this. I think if we can arrange to do this as a virtual meeting, as the council has done for the past, 3 or 4 months, then commissions should be able to do the same thing. What's good for one should be good for all.
Lawrence? Nothing. We welcome both of you.
Thank you.
We hope that we can get you active in a couple more meetings. The way things are going, we're going to have a vacancy. We have one of the ladies leaving. And Mr. Creech won't be back for a while, so we might be seeing both of you here. Mr. Attorney, any comment?
No comments, Mr. Chairman, thank you.
It's nice seeing you.
Likewise, great to be back.
Sherry, thank you. And do I have a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Okay,
Seconded?
and two. Okay, Rayford,
Yes.
Wilson,
Yes.
Peak, yes. Lemo,
Yes.
Williams, and Naylor,
Yes.
okay.
Mrs. Miller, what's your first name? Kimley.
K-I-M-L-E. And thank you for the call, Sherry.
We enjoyed having you here. Everybody helps. With that,
We adjourn?
we are adjourned.
Okay.
I have to get you a gavel one of these days. We'll have to get you a gavel one of these days.
We got one here. Don't run. I keep you not.
I won't. I won't. I won't. I won't. Oh, thank you. I bought that down at the Big Boy property the first year we had our cruise, our very first cruise, they were selling them down there. What, 20 years?
20 years.
20 years.
I have a shirt